guys, Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video. And today I got What If Deku ate the Gura no Mi, and this will be part 1. And I know I haven't really done too much MHA, but I'm gonna bring it back and do a lot more of it sooner in the future, sooner in the future. But without further ado, let's actually begin this what if scenario. So how I'm gonna start this off is when Deku was born, he was born a little different. And he wasn't born with his regular green hair, he was born with blonde hair. That nice blonde hair, just like Whitebeard, or Edward Newgate. And his father is not gonna be known as Hisashi Midoriya, his father is actually gonna be known as Hisashi Newgate, a direct ancestor from Whitebeard himself, Edward Newgate. As well, the devil fruit powers really don't exist anymore in this world, since this is still connected to the One Piece world. Devil fruit powers have ceased to exist due to them being a mutation in someone's body now. So the quirks are basically mutations of devil fruit powers that don't really have the weakness of water or ocean water. Basically, they don't have that type of weakness anymore. But we move, as things change a lot. Deku's whole personality, him, looking up to All Might is kind of still the same. But, he reads a lot of history books and lots of, pirate books. And his favorite pirate, besides the one known as the King of the Pirates, or the previous King of the Pirates that ruled the oceans 1,000 years ago, Monkey D. Luffy, besides him, his favorite pirate was the man. Excuse me. My apologies if you actually heard any yelling or screaming. I kind of had to pause the video for a second. So, yeah. But Deku's personality and everything really changed. He's not an introverted kid. He's more of an extroverted kid and pretty outgoing. He's really athletic and does incredible things for his age. And it's not just athleticism, it's strength too. He was born with athleticism and strength. And he also has another thing that I forgot to really mention. Since he does have the Gura no Mi and is direct ancestor from Whitebeard, he has a lot of strength and willpower. So who knows? I might actually add Haki onto this man, and that will really make him really broken. So who knows? Do you want me to make a broken Deku or not? That just depends on you. You guys can comment OP Deku if you want. But we continue. As well, Deku continues growing up, having his regular childhood with Bakugo, and Bakugo kind of being known as the second placer, because Bakugo had a god complex due to him having a pretty good quirk, people telling him he will be the greatest. That got to his head. But Deku, when he awakened his quirk, people were terrified of his power. They say if Deku ever goes wrong, they don't even think All Might should or could stand a chance. They would say such stuff like that due to Deku's power, known as a tremor, to be so powerful it could destroy the world with a single move. And that's how powerful it is. As it actually is that powerful. That's how powerful the tremor fruit is. The tremor fruit, or the Gura no Mi. But we move, as well, he got his power and he was really impressed with it. He liked his power, and his parents were rather shocked. And they weren't gonna abuse the power and use it so Deku can just be a hero so they will be filthy rich. They're actually not bad parents, they're good parents that teach their son a lot of things. And his dad is actually a top 10 hero, right now taking the current spot of 5th place in all of Japan. I'm gonna get rid of whoever is in 5th place. Sorry to whoever that is. I'm gonna get rid of you, and I'm gonna add the one known as the Salamander. The flame-breathing Salamander. The flame-breathing hero, Salamander. Yeah, I'm gonna name him Salamander, because why not? Anyways, that's basically Hisashi. Hisashi is a pretty good hero who makes a lot of good money, and, he doesn't treat his son spoiledly. He actually teaches him discipline, how to use his money correctly and stuff like that. Teaching him the basics of how to manage your life in the future. But we move to middle school times, as Deku has outgrown his mom and dad, surpassing even his father's height of at least 6'3", Deku being at the height of 6'8", and he's really tall, and it's just genetics. Whitebeard 21 feet tall, yeah, and the tremor fruit giving him extra height too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But anyways, if it's not, plot twist. But anyways, we move as well. Deku continues growing up, right? He continues growing up, and he does a lot of physical exams. And every single physical exam he did or ever took place in middle school, elementary, middle school, and stuff like that, he always broke every record. Without using his quirk, throwing the ball, he got over 500 meters. Actually, no, scratch that. 700 meters with just brute force. And I reckon Whitebeard could do the same thing, but he could do way further than that. But we move as well. He got 700 meters for the ball throw. He's pretty fast and stuff like that. So we're not gonna really cover that. We're gonna move on to the high school, or when he enters the high school, right? So he's in middle school right now, and the teachers bring in not quirk apprehension tests, but career test, yeah, career aptitude test. As the teacher yells or tells the class to quiet down, saying, "Class, quiet down. I'm gonna hand out some work aptitude tests so you guys can, find out what you guys are gonna do for your future." As the students groan, saying, "Oh, we have to take this, really?" As the teachers say, legit throws the papers in the air, saying, "Psych! Cause I know all of you guys want to be heroes!" And the class starts getting excited. And, everyone except 2 kids use their quirks in excitement, Deku and Bakugo. As the teacher starts reading out on whoever's going to which place, and the first person to go to, the first person we mentioned was Bakugo, going to the prestigious school, UA. And then the one known as Izuku Midoriya, Izuku Newgate, is entering the UA school as well, or UA High School, the prestigious school as well, as Bakugo instantly gets irritated with Deku, saying, "Stupid nerd, you're not gonna enter that school. Only me, and me alone from this crappy school, is going to that place." As he slams an explosion straight towards Deku's desk, trying to scare him a little, but it actually doesn't even make Deku flinch. Deku just covers his hand with a quake ball. Not his hand, but his whole finger. His index finger with a quake ball. And flicks Bakugo, and, it makes a crack in the air. A little crack in the air as Bakugo just gets sent flying. As, he basically gets hit with just a massive, not really massive, but with a powerful strike that is equivalent to 100 boxing punches, from Mike Tyson. 100 punches from Mike Tyson. Yeah, that's how powerful that thing was. And it was just a finger flick. Mike Tyson is pretty powerful. Well, if he had a quirk, then he would be even more powerful. But hey, we're not talking about that. We move. As, well, that's that, and, Bakugo tries to pick on him later, telling him to swan dive, take a swan dive off the roof. Not really taking a swan dive because, he does have a quirk, but tells him to stay out of his way. Yeah, that's what he was about to say. Stay out of his way. But Deku looks at him saying, maybe you should stay out of my way, Bakugo. As he towers over this short man, towering over him, and just walks away. As, they have 10 months to trade. As in those 10 months, Deku cleaned up a whole entire beach. As All Might was actually there, and, All Might was there checking out the beach, seeing that it would be a perfect training spot for his daughter. But as he came as he came to take a look, he saw that the beach was already clean, spotless, no piece of garbage seen. And he sees a kid standing on a pile of a massive dump of rubbish that was taken out of the beach and was now just getting taken away by some garbage trucks and stuff like that. As he stood on a pile himself, saying, "Yes!" Yelling yes with his loudest voice, and yelling it to the world. As well, All Might looks at him, saying, "Boy, are you the one who did this?" As he looks at All Might, saying, "Yeah." And wait a minute, are you All Might? He had a quick realization of that being All Might, and started freaking out. And he had that realization and started freaking out a lot, and tried to take All Might's autograph. And he did. He did take out All Might's autograph. He actually got All Might's autograph and was pretty happy with himself. But All Might said he was here to train his daughter, as Deku laid one quick glance at his daughter, and man, he already was like, well, he didn't really fall in love straight away, but the girl kind of did. Because I don't really know who I'm gonna ship him with. It's a pretty close call between a few people, but actually I don't even know what to name this girl. I'm gonna call her Yui. If that's no, not Yui. You know what? I'm gonna go with Yui. Y-U-I. I think that's how the Japanese people spell Yui. I don't really know, but hey, I'm gonna go with Yui. Yui Yagi. You know what? That doesn't really make sense, but hey, I'm gonna go with it. Anyways, well, we move from this as well. The daughter of All Might started to talk with Deku. Being a bit shy and All Might wonders what's up. He doesn't even know if they met before, and Deku hasn't even met her before as well, so it's just the first time for everything. As they started talking, doing some training on the beach, since they couldn't really do anything else, they started to do some spars. And Deku was to spar against the All Might's daughter, and Deku looks at her saying, "So I'm gonna go really easy on you," as he says, "I'm gonna go easy on you," as he puts out one pinky, his pinky, with his right hand, saying, "I'll only be using my pinky to fight you," as All Might looks a little irritated, saying, "Are you taking my daughter for a fool? Or are you taking my daughter lightly?" As Yui, well, looks at him, saying, that won't be necessary. You can go all out." As Deku looks at her, saying, "I don't think you'd like to see that." As well, Deku just stands there with his pinky out, as it's covered with the tremor's power. A quake ball basically. It's covered with a quake ball. His pinky's covered with a quake ball. As Yagi activates, not Yagi, but Yui activates One for All, and she's only able to go 5% on her whole body as he dashes towards him, trying to throw a Delaware smash, but it doesn't really work as Deku legit flicks his pinky and it creates a crack in the air as it legit counters her attack. As he goes closer and jabs his pinky straight into her. Not really jabs, but he uses his pinky as kind of like a punch, but it makes a crack in the air and blows her away. As well, she does a triple backflip and starts huffing, saying, "He's pretty strong. With only his pinky, I can't let my dad down." As she dashes towards him, throwing kicks and punches and multiple barrages of attacks that don't really end up working well. But for Deku, he blocks them with ease. As Deku is, a natural at observation hockey. Yes, he already has awakened one of the hockeys, and that will be observation. It's up to you guys if you guys want me to do, like, the whole rest of the hockey set, like Armament and, Conquerors. That's up to you guys, if you want to see that. But anyways, we move, as, she began fighting him even more, well, even more aggressively, but still that doesn't really end up well. She was forced to go 80, not 80, but 8%. That doesn't work out well either, as Deku finishes the fight, he finishes the fight and saying, well, I guess I'll use my whole fist. Hopefully you don't mind. As he basically just clenches his fist and pulls it back with him as it's covered with a quake ball. As you know, his muscles begin expanding as he looks at her saying, be ready, as he's about to swing his whole fist covered with a quake ball straight towards her. And that would have probably shattered her bones or killed her instantly. But he turned off his quirk or just didn't use it at all. And just, well, just pushed her down. Just to make fun of, not really make fun of her, but not to really hurt her. Because, Deku isn't that type of guy. As he just pushes her down, saying, looks like I win. And the rules were in this fight, if they touch the ground once, fall on the ground once, that they lose. As not Yagi, but as Yui looks at him saying, you fooled me. As she was pretty upset, but they got up. It's fair sportsmanship. As they shook hands and they went on their separate way. But before that, All Might challenged Deku to a little spar, as All Might goes in for the first strike, and it's the same rules. So All Might goes in saying, Detroit Smash! As Deku knows he can't really hold back too much on this one, since this guy is probably the strongest person here besides him. So he coats his hand with the quake, or with the tremor fruits power, the quake ball basically, and he basically hits a quake ball. The move is called quake ball, but he covers his hand with a little orb or something, and he basically punches the air as a quake ball appears, dashing towards All Might, as All Might just a Detroit Smash, trying to, break through, but ends up getting hit with the shockwave of tremors. It doesn't really work on, the attack that All Might tried didn't really work. So he tries again, many different attacks. Carolina Smash, Delaware Smash, Texas Smash. He tried a lot. But Deku, yet again, finishes All Might. Well, goes in for the punch against All Might. He basically just punches the air as All Might tries to go in for the punch, Both of their fists kind of collided, but Deku stopped as it hit the air, basically cracking it as All Might tried to punch him. But it didn't work, as All Might was blown away. As Deku just looks at him saying, is that all you got, All Might? As All Might looks at him saying, not even close, as he throws a barrage of Texas smashes that he tries to hit Deku. And Deku allowed him to get hit, but it doesn't really work. Every punch that All Might did or attacked Deku with didn't affect him whatsoever, as Deku basically just smashes the air again, sending him flying. And he decides to finish this as he coats his hand with the tremors again and punches All Might with a direct hit on the face, sending him flying. And he held back a lot. This was like a 5% tremor, but even that is pretty powerful, as All Might was completely wiped out. Absolutely knocked out from that attack. But we move as, Deku had his 10 months and finished it. And out of the 10 months, he actually became a lot more slim, fit, and shredded, bro. He was shredded from the beginning, and now he's even more shredded and toned. And he doesn't have Whitebeard's kind of facial looks. He looks the same Deku, more built muscularly, has more muscle, and has the hair. But I guess I could give him the white mustache, the white bone mustache looking thing that Whitebeard has. Yeah, I could give him that. No, I am gonna give him that. And right now he looks like a full-on 40-year-old man, but doesn't really matter. Well, he doesn't look like a 40-year-old man. He looks like a guy in his mid-20s or so, as he's a full-on walking giant. He grew in those 10 months, growing to the height of 7'5". Yeah, actually not 7'9". I'm gonna make him Yao Ming height. He's 7'9". Walks in through the door saying, this door is just perfect for my height. As you know, the door is pretty tall for anyone who has the gigantification quirks. But as Deku enters the room, people were shocked. Oh no, I forgot the exams. I totally forgot that. But hey, let's go back to it. As you know, they had the entrance exams, and Deku entered the exam, passing the test. You know, the guy has big brain, so we're not gonna cover that. He passed, aced it, 100%. But, you know, they were doing, I'm not really gonna go back to do the explanation of the, well, robot portion. My bad, the robot portion. Because, you know, Ida still made a fool of himself, but we move. As you know, Deku just went up to the front. Ida, thinking that he was after the girl, and tried to be the knight in shining armor, tried to stop him, but Deku looks at him saying, please let go. I'm about to go to the front, so move. As you know, he didn't really have any other choice, and he was pretty scared of Deku, seeing a full-on giant there. As Deku goes up to the whole door, the whole metal door, and he covers his fist with the tremors as he punches the door, and cracks in the air begin filling as the door just began to cave in and burst completely open as he runs in through the door. As Deku might be a full-on giant, but he can still run. As he runs, beating the first robot, freaking punching it in the face, destroying it. He basically punched the whole robot and smooshed it with one punch. But Deku tells everyone to stay back as he basically smashes the side, well, smashes the air again, making a crack in the ground so no one can enter the whole arena or field area or the city district. As Deku says, go back, I'm gonna destroy this whole city arena with one punch. As they all look back and they kind of feel scared, so they went back and waited to see what would happen as he basically clenches his fist, making it into an orb, basically. A tremor. His fist was covered with tremors as he basically clenched it even harder. As he raises his fist in the air, as his muscles, expanded and kept expanding as he yells. What should this move be called? I'm just gonna call it Quake Slam, because why not? He yells, Quake Slam! Slamming his fist straight towards the ground. As the whole city just broke into pieces. Like the floor or the ground began to shake. As the whole city caved in itself. Just, basically, the whole Earth's plates began moving in Japan, or this area basically. The plates started moving as the city buildings collapsed, as parts of the Earth rose, and parts of the Earth, declined, as, the whole city was in shambles. And the one left in the middle who did all this mess was Izuku Newgate, as he stands victorious, beating every single one of them. And the 0-pointer, that was taken care of, as Deku, well, he already has an instant pass, getting a scholarship, but everyone else had to take their test later on, like the next day. So Deku already got his pass, and the school decided to let him have a dorm system earlier on. Well, a dorm system for Deku, and Deku alone, maybe for the others, depending on if the parents would like that. And the parents did, so they got an early dorm system. And Deku was the first person there. As, he just does training, the regular calisthenics and heavyweight training, since there's a gym nearby. There's a gym in UA, and they have high-tech stuff, so he uses the gym and does a lot of training. And, his favorite area was the training ground area that had a lot of room for him to use his quirk, as he clenches his fist and basically pulled his arm back and slammed his fist in, basically punches the air as cracks began to be formed in the air, as the whole Earth, well, not Earth, but that whole area where he was training, like, started to break. As the object in front of him, or his target, legit fell apart with such ease. As Deku looks at it saying, needs a little work, but I guess that will do for now. As, well, teachers were monitoring his power, seeing if he's, like, really this strong, and yes, he really is. As the school will either decide to let him become a part of 3A, or maybe even become a hero already. That just depends on the school teachers of UA. But I think I'm gonna leave it off here, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. But without further ado, I'm gonna be heading out. So hopefully you guys enjoy, but peace.